Good, I think it's still morning. It's still morning technically. It's 10:47, so good morning. It's Friday, January the 8th. This is the first time that I've had time to pick up the camera, so I'm really just checking in. I've read a couple of comments on my upload yesterday where I shared like how my lesson went, or my fishbowl activity went with both of my classes, as we discussed the takeover of the Capitol building. And so far the comments that I've read have been very supportive, very nice, very complimentary to the students. I am very proud of my students yesterday. Both classes, like I said yesterday, they did a very good job at just expressing their thoughts, their feelings in a way that was respectful to their classmates, but also honored how they felt. And in fact, one of my students in my switch class just, she was apologizing if she offended anyone and just wanted to make sure that no one took what she said personally. And so I just let her know, like, I didn't think it was necessary for her to apologize, because as the teacher, as the adult, I didn't feel like she said or did anything that was out of bounds or disrespectful in any way. So I'm just really thankful that they were able to do a good job. And I just want to reiterate the idea that it's not as if I have, like, you know, a high class, not that they're not high, but I don't have like a class that is out of the ordinary in any way, in case someone wants to say, oh, well, maybe she has like the GATE class, or maybe she has like a very meticulously handpicked group of students. No, this is just the group of students that I was given. And I think the key into doing things like that is just really thinking things through as a teacher, planning it out, being purposeful, and then trusting the students, like trusting that they can do it, and obviously creating an environment in which they feel safe to do so. So I attribute those things to it being successful yesterday. I also shared the link to the video with my administrative team, so I gave it to my assistant principals as well as my principals. I also shared my Instagram post from yesterday, and the purpose of me doing that is not to like pat myself on the back with them, but it's just to give them an example that they could show other teachers on my campus or in this district, or other administrators who have apprehension about stuff like this happening in the classroom, to show that it can happen and it can be productive. So hopefully they watch it and they're okay with it, and if they're not, it's already happened. So there's nothing they can do. So yeah. And then I also was so happy to see yesterday, I got several DMs from people in different parts of the country working with elementary age students, high school age students, middle school age students, who all either took a piece of what I suggested or mimicked what I suggested, or were inspired to think about something else they can do with their students. And they all have had very positive experiences. I think I've heard from teachers that teach 2nd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 9th grade. So again, it is possible and doable with kids from all different age groups, as long as you're willing and planned out. So that is that. I do have a couple other ideas for some upcoming lessons. Like, there's so much going on right now in the world that is so relevant to what I'm teaching in history. So we have the inauguration coming up, so I definitely need to be thinking about what I'm going to do there. Martin Luther King's birthday is coming up, so I definitely want to think about how I address that in the classroom. But we are studying the Bill of Rights. Like, we literally just studied the Bill of Rights, and so I want to talk about, in the back of my mind, my plan is to talk about freedom of speech, and whether or not Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook should have shut down Trump's accounts, because is that freedom of speech? And also, should they have shut it down sooner? Because, you know, he was saying everything that he was saying for months, years even, and it was going on because, or he was allowed to do it because it's freedom of speech. So I just have the very beginnings of those thoughts. I don't have anything else thought through besides the idea itself. So as far as today is concerned, nothing much has happened. I woke up, worked out as always, and then I made sure to make time to get to Starbucks because it's Friday, and I always treat myself to Starbucks on Friday. In both classes, we had counseling interns come in and do social emotional lessons, or a social emotional lesson with my classes, and the focus of these lessons were on motivation. So they create the lessons, the presentations, they present it, and I'm just sitting listening along with the students. And in the second class, what was really nice is one of the students, as he was listening, typed in the chat that he was in the middle of reading a book called Drive, which is a book that I've read. And by read, I listened to it on YouTube. I found the audio on YouTube. It's a very good book if you're looking for something to read that talks about motivation. And so we were just kind of talking about that. And one of the most interesting things that I remember from that book was saying, like, if you start monetizing things that people like to do or are inherently passionate about, it actually diminishes how passionate they are about that thing. And so I took that opportunity to talk to them about, like, thinking about their future and what kind of careers they want or what they want to do in life. And I was making the point that you don't want to just solely base what you want to do in life in the future on how much money you could make, because that really isn't going to sustain you. It isn't going to motivate you enough to have you be successful in that, because you're not passionate about the thing that you want to do. So like I talked about, you know, a lot of kids want to be YouTubers or TikTokers because they realize, you know, you can be famous, you can make a lot of money, which is all very true. But if you're not passionate about it, when it comes time to editing video, uploading, and all the things that are involved in doing that, you're not going to do it or want to do it because you're not passionate about it. So we just had a conversation about that, and it was really fun. And then we were just being social for the last few minutes of class because we only have 5 minutes left before their break. And so now we're on that break, and they're going to come back at 11:05, so in about 10 minutes. But that's it so far. Today's just kind of a standard day. Nothing super exciting is going to happen as far as I know, but yeah, I just want to check in and kind of not rehash, but debrief on yesterday, and just continue to encourage those of you that are out there to, you know, embark on these kinds of lessons. So I'm gonna try and enter some grades over the next 10 minutes and then get ready for my next class, and that's it. It is 2:28. I finished class about 50 minutes ago, but I was just chatting with a couple of my students just because they wanted to stick around and chat. I always appreciate that. It makes me feel special as a teacher. But I want to be honest and say that I am exhausted. I am so tired, and Fridays are usually the day where I am just really, really tired. I think that's always been the case, but there's something about teaching virtually that exacerbates it, that makes me feel even more tired earlier in the day. So I am really sleepy right now, and I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten lunch yet. But the struggle is Friday, my rule for myself is I have to make sure that I'm ready and planned for the next week and prepped and ready in terms of uploading things on Google Classroom for Monday, so that when the weekend comes, I can disassociate myself from being Miss Robinson and just strictly be Latawnya. So I still have some stuff that I need to do before I can officially declare the weekend has started. But I'm gonna take a break right now because I need to eat, and I quite possibly need to take a nap because that is just how tired that I am. But I wanted to show you this because I had at least one comment from a teacher that wanted me to kind of show how I use Google Slides so that I can see everyone's slide at the same time. And so I'm gonna show it to you, but it is super easy. It's just a little feature in the slide presentation that you probably don't realize is there, because I didn't realize it was there because I was never really looking for it. And then again, the templates that I'm using are from a website called Slides and Go. The templates are free. They have all different kinds of themes and options, and I'm not designing anything within the slide. I just find slide presentations that work for me, but they're all pretty much formatted in the same way. They have the same options overall in terms of the style and layout of the slides, and so you just kind of have to sort through them and find something that you like. So I'm going to show you this so I feel like you're getting something concrete and productive. in today's vlog. So let me open up the slide presentation, the most recent one I think that I showed you guys. Let me save this. So I need to, while I'm getting this open for you guys, like my intention is to make sure I'm planned and ready to go for next week, which I don't think will be an issue because a lot of my plans got bumped. So there's just going to be a lot of like bumping forward in plan book, but I need to finish some grading from the week before we went into winter break. Like my biggest struggle as a teacher is just getting all my things graded and into the grade book in a timely fashion. I know that it frustrates my students, but it's not that it's hard, it's just time consuming to grade some of the things that I assign because it involves them writing, which involves me reading their writing and giving them feedback. And it just is not as quick of a turnaround time as it would be if I was grading math, where there's just like a very standard right answer in a lot of the work that is submitted. So I have gotten some of that done, but I have 2 assignments that I still need to do, and they're the more heavy lifting assignments, meaning that I have to kind of read through some information and make some evaluations. So I need to get that done, and hopefully I do get that done today because that has been on my list of things to do all week. But anyway, this is the slide presentation. This is the slide presentation that we used this week. And so this template, all this cuteness is from Slides and Go. I don't remember the name of this particular layout, but they have all kinds. You just have to make a copy of the slide presentation and it will go directly into your drive. So over here are all the slides that I created. Okay, and then the feature that I think the person was looking for are these slides here, because these were the slides that the students were actually working on. And if you notice, they're just duplicate slides of each other because I made a set for each group. So this set was for group 2, and now this set is for group 3. They each had 2 slides. And so when I put them in the breakout rooms and I want to see what everyone is doing, but not necessarily be in the room with them and kind of see what progress they're making, all you need to do is go down here and you see how there's this, which is the view that I'm looking at now. You just want to switch it to grid view, and then you can see all the slides. So now I can see every single slide in the presentation. And if you are using this live with students in there in their breakout rooms working, that's when you'll see like those little circle icons showing you basically that someone is working on the slide, and you'll see them type as they're typing because these are live. Like Google is just like a live document, or Google Slides, Google Docs, they're all live documents. So you are seeing things in real time. And so that's what I was using. So it's nothing extra that you have to do. It's just you have to be aware that there's this grid feature down there, and then that's what I use, and it's very helpful and I like it. I like being able to see it. I like that the kids know that I can see what they're doing even when I'm not there with them. So hopefully the person that was asking for that, that was what you were looking for, and it's going to help you out. So I'm gonna go get something to eat. I don't know what. I'm gonna try and get something healthy, but right now I'm really feeling a corn dog. I am just checking my to-do list, which is right here. So far this planner is still working well for me. This is the grading that I need to do. I emailed my administrators what I needed to, and then I need to follow up with Mark Jacobs and Ann Taylor because I'm waiting for something to be delivered to me, and I am waiting for something to be refunded to me, and I feel like a sufficient amount of time has passed and those things haven't happened. So I need to follow up with them somehow. So I'm gonna put you down for now. I don't think I'm gonna close the vlog. I'm gonna try to check in a little bit more later on, or actually, you know what? I'm just gonna be honest. We're just gonna close it here because after this, I'm gonna eat, take a nap, and then just work on some grading, and that's gonna be it. I think what I wanted to make sure I shared today, I did, and that was just kind of like a debrief of yesterday. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. If you enjoyed today's vlog, please give this video a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, make sure you do that. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do that there. I will show you an image of the post that I made yesterday in case you want to see what I had to say at the very end of the day. But most importantly, as always, I hope you guys are staying well and you are taking care of yourself, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a happy Friday evening. Goodbye. Or you've already had your Friday. Have a great day, whatever it is, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.